What's happening, fuckers? It happened, lads. I finally had to put the fries in the bag. To be honest, Burger King was the only place willing to hire someone with my CV, but it's going well. They did put me on deliveries though, after an unfortunate incident. But hey, let's take a look at this order. I'm sure it'll look as good as in the ad. Looking good. Anyway, as part of the intense training for this job, I've been taking a look at Sneak King, a bizarre Burger King promotional tie-in game from 2006, for the Xbox and Xbox 360. So, let's get into it. Sold in Burger King stores in 2006, as a promotion to stop people only eating Burger King at airports and train stations. Sneak King is a third-person stealth game, unintentional horror title, and an incredibly subtle piece of advertising. Playing as the titular king, creepy smile and all, you are tasked with delivering average fast food to the masses, while avoiding detection from your unsuspecting customers. To do so, you must complete various missions while meeting specific requirements, whether that be delivering in a specific manner, or reaching a point target within the time limit. Points earned depend on multiple factors. The first is hunger, indicated by the colored outline of the burger in people's thought bubbles, because these people think like true Americans. Next is flourish, determined by how well you react to this quick time event here, and how hard the king busts it down sexual style. After that there's range, which involves getting as close as possible, before springing the surprise. Finally there's chain, which ranks how many chains the king needs to keep you in his basement, so he can force feed you burgers like some kind of fast food Fritzel. While not surprising for a game made to sell burgers for £8.79, Sneak King is pretty terrible. Now, I didn't have high hopes going into it. I wasn't expecting Metal Gear, I wasn't expecting Splinter Cell, and I definitely wasn't expecting Sly 2, but Jesus shake a lot Christ, Sneak King is a rough time. The movement feels terrible, with the top speed reaching a brisk jog at best, frustrating when you're trying to get to the customers, before they pass out. The hiding spots are the best example of this. I mean, look at this shit. Fucker moves like an arthritic pensioner getting out of the bath. Interestingly enough, for a game with only 4 playable levels, Sneak King somehow manages to overstay its welcome really fast, maybe even by the end of the first level. The gameplay manages to be both incredibly basic and mind-numbingly repetitive, to the point where if I had purchased it in 2006 for $3.99, I'd still feel ripped off. Because quite frankly, watching the king get sturdy loses its charm real fast. Additionally, one mission states that the king, quote, doesn't get dizzy, he gets freaky. So this game loses even more points for making me think about this thing, getting freaky.
Man, this is an unbelievable thing, man. Like we all, hey, everybody know ain't no party like Burger King party, so.
My critique of Sneak King may be a bit harsh, as it represents a lot of effort for a promotional item, especially compared to some others.
Shadow basketball!
Even if the result is about as fun as having your teeth pulled. Each level has 20 missions, indicated by these newspapers, and they try to offer variety beyond just deliver 5 Whoppers in 2 minutes for central. Even if it does mean that you end up waiting forever in a bin to complete a challenge. And with the game offering different ranks based on performance, there's replay value of some kind, if you're some kind of fucking masochist. Honestly, any positives I have for Sneak King feels a bit like damning it with faint praise, because for the most part, anything I think of boils down to, well done, you didn't completely fuck up the stealth mechanics. Well done, this game isn't a broken glitchy mess. And well done, this game is slightly better than having a burger make your shit turn green. So at least it's not the worst thing Burger King has done. It's no worse than telling women they belong in the kitchen, or finding rats in your burger buns. Having foot lettuce in your Burger King burger looks reasonable by comparison.
Honestly, if I saw that damn thing in my living room, I'd stomp on it until it was a small brown stain.
When discussing the graphics, I must clarify that I've been playing the original's box version, rather than the probably superior 360 version. This would probably explain why some textures are so crusty, with textures resembling a stain you'd find outside a Burger King. The game's graphics are definitely dated, the environments aren't particularly interesting, and the NPC models look and speak like something out of an early Sims title. The model for the king himself doesn't look terrible, and it's about the only thing that doesn't, but it does a good job nailing his incredibly ominous vibe. Unfortunately, however, I don't have anything close to positive to say about the game's sound design. The background music is totally forgettable, offering a small set of utterly forgettable tracks that restart abruptly at the start of each mission. It's almost impressive how little there is to say about this game's soundtrack, so instead, here's a fun fact. Did you know? Back in 2013, Burger King stores in both the United Kingdom and Ireland were found to be selling burgers containing trace amounts of horse meat. You see, that was way more interesting than talking about the music in this game. To be completely honest lads, all the things that are good about Sneak King could be written on the back of a postage stamp. While it's impressive as far as promotional times go, it is still a pretty disappointing game overall, and not one I'd recommend anyone play for a prolonged period. Anyway, I'll be off now. I think this order is starting to get cold, so you know what? I think it might be time for an express delivery. And I'd better make it quick, because I've got a flight to catch. Now, watch a master delivery boy in action. Any tip for delivery driver? Also, please rate 5 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Whopper, junior, double, triple Whopper, flame grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo,